Hey, nerds, you can support Venture Forth on our Patreon and unlock exclusive bonus content. Now, on to the show.
Hi, I'm Oma.
Flynn.
Kellic.
And I'm your DM, Ethan. Welcome to Venture Forth. Previously, you all had traveled from Nestle Valley to Westbury through the tunnel mines that connect the two towns. You all had taken the civilians that you had in tow and boarded one of the remaining carts that shuttles back to Westbury. About halfway through the journey, though, you all were thrust from those carts and piled on top of one another and were thrown from the carts like projectiles. Once the dust had settled, Kellic noticed a group of drow who seemed to be tearing up these tracks in a malicious attempt to stop the miners from going back and forth. After a bit of a conversation and some tough decisions, the group was let go, but not without consequence. The drow leader, assuming the drow leader, had brought forth one of the dwarven civilians and marked her across the throat, saying to Kellic that if he or any in the party spoke of what the group was doing, or that the group was even there, that this woman would surely die. You all agreed to these terms and continued on the cart, now propping it back up onto the rails. In a moment of clever spellcasting, Kellic imparted a new spell onto this woman that would protect her from any effects that this enchantment might have. And the moment that he sent the message spell warning of these drow in the caves, the woman dropped to her knees in agony, but did not die. It seems that Kellic's spell was successful, although noticed by the drow leader as he teleported back onto your cart, and after a fight ensued as he conjured some giant spiders, the foes were defeated, and you made it to the end of the cave. You all look ahead, and just in this last couple hundred feet of track, you can just see the opening of the cave in front of you. You can see drips of moonlight coming through into the entryway of this cave. And as the wooden hand at the end of the cart comes to a slow, as it slowly stops pushing the cart, you all come to a stop and see the town of Westbury in front of you. It is bathed in moonlight. You look up and you can see stars above you, and you can just barely off in the distance start to see thunder clouds and a bit of a storm brewing. As you all depart the minecart with Zorkal and these civilians in tow, what would you all like to do?
I'm going to turn toward the group of civilians. I'd like to check. I'd like to look at this woman who had this, I don't know, poison curse bestowed upon her. Can I tell if it has, if the actions we took, removed this effect, or if it would persist?
Make an Arcana check for me.
30-20.
It seems that the effect of the spell has completely dissipated. Its effects had taken hold, but were not successful. This woman does not seem to be enchanted in any way.
Let's go.
Do any of you know the people who organize travels through these mines, or back to the mine from these tunnels?
One of the dwarven gentlemen, who actually hasn't spoken up yet, sort of raises his hand and says, "Yes, I know some of the people who transport back and forth. I can let them know."
That should be that would be utterly necessary.
What exactly are we letting them know?
That the tunnels are not safe, and that I think she's coming for that entire mining encampment. I can't be sure, of course, but those were drow that we crossed in those tunnels. And they were not the diplomatic sort.
Well, maybe they just didn't want them going back and forth, right? Like maybe they weren't trying to hurt anybody, right?
It's inarguable, Alma. And I cast a look over toward the dwarf who was cursed.
What happened to her? I look at who he's looking at.
They did something foul. Something desperate. I don't know why. I think it was a test of some sort. I'll crouch to this dwarf, and I'll put my hand on her shoulder, and look her straight in the eye and hang my head. I'm so sorry. I put you in grave danger. It should have been me who bore the pain of that. But I made the quickest decision I could. I hope you'll forgive me.
She steps forward and she sort of puts her hand up on your hip and says, I don't know exactly what happened back there, but... And she looks around to everyone who's there and she says, we all got out and I get to return home to my family, so I thank you.
That's what we're here for. And I turn to regard the remainder of the team.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are all okay. Should we stay at least to help get something set up? Like, tell the guard or something? Make sure the word gets out?
But if these folks are able to disseminate this information rapidly...
I can get the word out. I will make sure that no one goes through that tunnel in the morning.
And you told the captain it was?
The station master...
On the other side?
Hi.
Okay.
I let him know.
And I don't know about you, but we got some pretty big things in some pretty big places that we do need to talk to.
I know.
We have urgent matters ahead of us.
It is really late, though, so we should probably stay here tonight. I mean,
That's
we could
wise.
go to Brightberry Inn again.
Yeah.
See, your old friend.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about you, but I could go for another one of those pies.
I just want to go to sleep.
Suit yourself.
I could do both right now.
Well, you can't sleep and eat. It's not really possible.
Is that a challenge?
No, how would you do that? I don't think that...
And we'll head to the inn.
Okay, and as you all do, you all walk as one big group with the civilians, but one by one they split off and go down one street. Another one goes down another. You see the married couple go down one street together as well. And
the dwarven lady that I protected.
yes,
Whenever she's about to split off, I'll just kind of walk up to her and just I don't know. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad I'm okay too. Well, I'm glad we're all okay.
Yeah.
And she reaches out to shake your hand.
I hug her. Just give her a big hug.
Okay, and she hugs you back.
As I see Flynn saying goodbye to this woman, I'm gonna quickly run over to him and just lean over and whisper in his ear, Hey Flynn.
Yeah.
You have you have a note about these people disappearing? Is there any way to get that signed off so that we can have another thing done? Just because you want to finish things and this is something that we have done actually and you can finish it.
True. I'll kneel down and go to my bag and just pull out that slip.
Mm-hmm. It was a little
Contract.
letter. Yeah, it was a letter.
Who's it by? Does it say who I need to report to, or was it like a town's keep or?
Yeah. So pulling out the letter, it was signed by Murata Kalovia.
I'll turn to the dwarf woman. Do you know who this is? And I'll point to the name on the contract.
And she looks and she reads it and she goes, "Oh, that was Cerdric should know. Cerdric is her cousin, so he just left a couple streets back."
Okay. Do you think he'd mind if we stop in the morning to his place?
I don't think he would mind at all. I mean,
Okay.
you've done everyone a great service. I don't think an unannounced visit is out of the picture at all.
Kellic, maybe we just do this tomorrow morning? Let them rest?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we can just stop by Cedric, you said?
Cerdric.
Cerdric. We can stop by Cerdric's place and just see if he wants to accompany us to this lady's home, and we can just get this turned in before we head out?
I think that's wise. We could use the funds if we can.
Yeah.
Get something.
And I could use the
Credit?
Credit, yeah.
I mean, if we did it anyway, so it's like, might as well.
But once we've done something, I don't know, inarguably great and just. So I
feel like
I think we deserve something for it.
We've done that a few times.
Yeah. I sort of, just a single drop of sweat goes down my temple.
No one's perfect, Kellic.
Just.
Not even the gods.
I suppose you're right.
I'll give one that last little shoulder tap to the dwarf thing.
Okay, and she walks off, heads off to home.
And smile. And head towards the inn if we're...
Okay, only takes a couple minutes. It's sort of a small town. And you guys get to the outside of the Brightberry Inn, once again seeing that wooden sign out front with the blue letters painted in and the little berries accenting the sign. And as soon as you open the door, you hear but do not see.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Brightberry Inn. What can I do for you?
Hi!
I'm going to turn to Kellic. Is she always awake and this cheery? Like always?
It's a little bit unsettling, isn't it?
It's so late.
And you all see just like a little pair of halfling eyes pop up from behind the counter as she says, "Oh, you're back. Can I get y'all another room for the night?"
You know it. And also a pie.
A pie? I can definitely do that. All right, 4 rooms. Let's see.
Is
We got...
Zorkal still with us?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
4 rooms, I assume, still?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that'll be 6 silver once again, and I will get that pie ready for you right now.
Sure. And I'll just pull out a gold and just set it on the counter.
Thank you very much. Full pie or just a slice?
Do you guys want some pie?
I would like
A full pie!
yes. Can you go light on the spice, please?
I can definitely do that.
Potatoes would be grand.
For sure.
Do you have mushrooms?
Thank you, Daisy.
We do have mushrooms.
Throw a little bit on, can you do half mushroom?
Oh no, mushrooms are fine. You can do the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but
of
I don't
mushrooms.
like mushrooms.
Oh,
I'll do half mushroom.
You got it. All right. I will get those started right now. And she scurries back off to the kitchen. And you see out there on the counter 4 keys.
scoop them up.
Yep, let's do it. go get set into our rooms.
Okay. You all get set into your rooms. Zorkal takes the room that Shreya had previously.
Mind the foliage that might be hanging in there. It's impossible to clean up.
You've slept in worse places. I think this will do just nicely.
That I believe.
Well, you're going to sleep right next to me, so if you need anything, just knock on the wall.
I will not be doing this. Good night. And he closes the door. As you all get settled, and after about 15 minutes, Flynn, you hear a knock on your door. Open it up.
Mhm.
Little halfling woman there with 2 just oversized pies in her hands.
Love it.
So I got you one. It's got potatoes and mushrooms in
Uh-huh.
it. And then this one is just it's strawberries and cherries. And
Ooh.
I thought that I don't know. You seem pretty sweet, so I thought you might like something sweet.
Oh,
and
thank you.
She hands over both of the pies. You can give some of that to your friend as well.
Well, you're the best.
No, I know. I try.
You're
And
sweet too.
She sort of.
I give her like
scurries
a
off.
little wink, like a playful wink, like. Ha.
She gives you a wink back as she cheerfully walks down the hall.
I will go to my compatriots' rooms and offer them pie if they would like some. So I will start with Kelek and work to Oma.
I will take copious amounts of the mushroom and potato pie and 0 of the strawberry.
And I'll go to Oma. Hey, do you want some pie? Kelek took a lot of the mushroom one, but I have a lot of the strawberry and cherry one.
I'm just going to take some of the strawberry and cherry one.
Okay.
And I will go to Zorkal's and knock on his door.
Okay.
Zorkal!
I'm going to sleep. Please leave me alone.
But I brought pie.
What kind of pie?
I can't. You have to open the door to see.
The door just barely cracks open.
I will show him the mushroom pie first.
I will take some of that one.
Okay. And then I'll give him some of that. I also have this one, and I'll show him the strawberry and cherry.
I think it will be good with the first one.
Perfect. And I'll give him the rest of the mushroom pie.
Okay.
There were like a slice or two left.
As I hear the door next to me close, I'm going to open the door again and my mouth is just covered in red. Can I have another slice of that?
Yeah. And I'll run over and I'll give her some more. And I'll just take like a slice for myself. I don't want a lot, but I'll give her more of the strawberry.
All right.
Go back to my room and enjoy my pie while I read over my books before I go to bed.
And as you're digging into this strawberry and cherry pie, you would expect it once you cut into it and take a piece, you would sort of expect it to just sort of slosh all over the place, but it's it's staying in its form, just packed with berries. Awesome. And this sugary jam. It's a really, really good pie.
Halfling magic right there.
Halfling magic, yes. But you all, with full stomachs, head off to bed, feeling relatively safe within this inn. You all fall asleep for the night and awake the next morning having taken a full, long rest.
Yeah!
Yeah.
You all are greeted by that first morning light coming through the window as you all wake one by one and gather once more in the lobby of the Westbury Inn. What would you guys like to do?
So, off to that,
yeah,
fella's house.
Yeah. Let's go.
You want to say goodbye to Daisy?
Sure. Daisy!
Thank you kindly.
Oh, and thank you all as well. I appreciate your patronage. If you all find yourselves in Westbury again, you are all more than welcome to stay here at the Brightberry Inn. Thank you all for joining me for a couple nights.
If anyone happens through here looking to travel through the tunnels, let them know it's too dangerous for passage.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to spread the word.
We encountered some... There's no beating around the bush with this. Some drow assassins in there. So, yeah, highly advise avoiding that path.
I will not be going down there, so I will continue spreading the word on that.
Thank you.
You head over... Are you heading over to...
Oh, man, it's not Cedric. It's
Surdrak Calovia.
Surdrak. We will go to Surdrak's place.
Thanks for that one.
Surdrak.
All one word, Surdrak.
UK.
You see. So you all head over in that direction, and realizing the night previously you didn't get an exact address, luckily enough, you round the corner and see where the dwarven woman had pointed, and sitting there on his front porch is who you recognize as Surdrak from the previous night. It seems that he is just sitting there. He's got a little rocking chair, and he's sitting next to a dwarven woman. They're holding hands, and they just seem to be enjoying the morning together.
Aw, that's cute.
Hello, hi, good morning.
Good morning. Honey, these are the heroes that I told you about last night.
No, shucks.
Hardly heroes. Just doing...
I just avoid eye contact.
Just doing what we can. I'm glad you're okay. You feeling better?
I'm feeling much better.
Good. I don't mean to be a burden, but I have, and I pull out the paper. I have this, for lack of a better word, contract, and I believe it's dealing with missing people of this town, and I believe you fit the bill. Would you be able to help me get this signed?
Most definitely. Whatever you require. Would you like me to sign it?
I think maybe, and I'll point to the name on the at the bottom. Maybe if we could go to this person's house and maybe.
Oh yeah, she's right there. And he literally points directly across the street.
Awesome. Well, that's convenient. Do you mind taking a stroll with me for just a moment?
I wouldn't even call it a stroll. It's probably 10 steps.
Perfect. And I'll walk with him to. What was her name again?
Her name was Murata Kalovia.
Murata.
And as you two are sort of like walking across the street, he says, our family all stays relatively close.
It's nice. I miss that. I guess we're kind of a family as I kind of motion back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, and then I knock on the door.
Okay. After a couple of moments, you hear the door open and see a, on the younger side, dwarven woman, but very similar facial features to Surdruck. Very clearly related, sort of the same,
okay. Yeah.
the same like long mutton chops, same hairstyle, sort of, same like bright blue eyes. As she opens up the door and greets both of you with a smile.
Hello, Murata?
Yeah, that's me.
Is that right? Hi, I'm Flynn. I'm Flynn Fellowweave, and I'm part of the Agents of Repair.
Flynn! It's a bloody secret, Flynn!
I'm part of the Ironlight Collective. Don't tell anyone, though.
Oh, so you all got my letter.
I did.
Wonderful.
And I hold it out.
Well, last night, Surdruck was telling everyone the story about the heroes that saved him. I didn't know that they were from the Ironlight. I'm glad my letter got
hardly
out.
Hardly heroes. Just trying to help.
Yes. What can I do for you? Can I offer you a meal?
No. We're actually heading out pretty soon. I just wanted to just make sure that this was kind of documented that it's been taken care of. We returned with our friend here, and I just wanted to see if you can sign it, just so I can take it back to the collective and show them that it's been taken care of.
You don't even finish your sentence by the time she turns around, goes and grabs an ink and a quill, and comes back over and very quickly signs it. Is there anything else?
No, I'm just glad we could take care of this problem for you.
Give me 1 moment.
Okay.
Some of us sort of came together when I wrote the letter, and she goes away and comes back with a little pouch of gold.
Oh.
And she hands it to you and says, we all came together when they started going missing and put a little reward together. I know I didn't specify in the letter, but we thought an incentive might be good.
I will accept, but kind of, you don't have to.
I'm gonna come up as he's like looking kind of sheepish. That's so kind of you. You know, it's being an adventurer can be tough work, and you gotta stay at inns, and you gotta be able to buy horses and travel, and this really helps us along our way to help more people. And I grab the pouch from Flynn, and I start to walk away.
Yeah, kind of like, oh yeah, she's right. We do have a lot of expenses. Thank you again.
Of course.
And I'm glad we could help.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Right. And
she turns to Surdruck and she says, "We're still good for lunch at 2:00. Okay, perfect." And she goes back
as I
inside.
walk off and hear that they're just like getting ready to enjoy a meal that we helped secure because he's safe, I smile and kind of walk back to the group.
I exchange I softly beam at Flynn as he returns in a rare moment of calm and comfort with this group.
All right. As you all rejoin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna giggle at having the gold, and then I'm gonna look at, is Zorkal still with us?
How much is it, Toma?
Yes, he
I
is.
don't know yet. I'm gonna look at Zorkal, and I'm gonna put my hand out to Zorkal.
And he like gives you a little tentative high five.
And I say, we saved your life too. You'd be dead without us.
He like just very widely rolls his eyes, reaches into his back pocket.
No way.
He sort of ruffles around, and I'll put it in contrast to the gold that you are currently carrying. Like anytime this pouch moves, you can sort of hear gold. He reaches into his back pocket and you can hear like maybe 2 gold pieces sort of like rattling together. It's not like the jingling that's in the bag. He pulls out 2 gold pieces and just puts them in your hand.
Thank you.
Doesn't even say a word, turns around and walks the other way.
I'm going to keep them.
Not to encourage this burgeoning extortionism, but this money will serve us well.
Can I look into see in the pouch and see how much is in the pouch?
Yeah, it might take you a couple minutes to count it, but over the course, yeah, you would be able to. You count out in the bag, and you can see like as you're counting it out, like the look of the gold is slightly different coin to coin. You can sort of pick out that it came from different people, from different families, possibly this gold has taken some different journeys. But in total, you get 204 gold.
Wow.
Nice.
30 silver, and 145 copper.
30 silver. And how much copper again?
145.
So maybe when we get back to Hayfried's, we can add this to the 700 and split it.
That sounds good.
But we have to make sure we split a portion for Drya.
Oh, yeah,
And you
definitely.
can just hold it for her.
We can wrap it up in a separate bag.
Yeah. Maybe like a leaf or something.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We probably should have given it to him before he left because he might need it right now. So, poor thoughts on our part.
I just grimace and nod.
I think he's pretty resourceful. I think he'll figure it out.
I mean, he likes sleeping outside, so...
Also, among the 3 of us, he's the most financially obsessed.
Yeah,
So
he
he'll
does
find money.
sometimes struggle in society, though.
That's true.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll
we
be
should reach
fine.
out to him eventually and see how he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be good to
Yeah.
hear from him.
Yeah.
for
It
sure.
would be.
All right, well...
Let's get a horse. We've
Yeah.
got to get back.
Well, I can just run in there and take care of it. You guys...
All right, you've handled the horses before?
Yeah, you still have the gold that you got from them, right?
Yeah, so I'll
So
just
it's not going to be part of the...
basically just use that to get them again. And
yeah,
then we
it's
can
not
just...
going to be part of what we already have.
No. Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
use that, get them, and then we can sell them again when we get back
And the cart.
in the cart. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will head off to where I bought the horses.
Okay.
As I get close, I will take my sword and just like hide it in an alley,
Okay.
and
Got it.
then go to the horse. Hello,
Howdy.
hi. Do you remember me?
I do.
Yeah, I'm back. We had a heck of a journey. But I'm ready to head back. So I was wondering if I could buy the horses and the cart again.
Of course. Yeah, you want the same horse, same cart?
Yeah, I think it served us well on the way down, so it should be fine to get back up.
Fantastic.
How much would you want for it?
You're 90 back.
Well, you can keep the sword. Could I do 80?
And you sort of see like some confusion go across his face. Oh, that's right. That sword that you gave me.
Yeah. How is it?
I've been enjoying the heck out of it.
Good. It's
My wife says that I lose things way too easily, and this is one thing that
come on.
I've been cherishing it, and it's really nice.
yeah. It's a good one.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, 80. I could do 80.
That sounds great.
So
I mean, the
terrible.
quality of that sword is something else. I've been enjoying it. 80. Yeah, okay. Your horse is right over there.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
I will pay the man, and I will get the horse and the cart and head on over to my friends
Okay.
who don't know what's going on.
All right. So that was 80 to
Yeah.
get the horse and cart back. Flynn arrives back. Are you guys doing anything before you leave Westbury, or are you hopping on the horse and getting out of town?
All right.
I think just hopping on the horse and getting out of town.
Let's head out.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head out from Westbury.
Yeah.
You take that well-traveled road back up to Marstock. You can see the mountains on your left, the gray forest on your right, and just off in the horizon as you approach, you can see getting larger and larger, looming over you, massive storm clouds. And before long, about halfway to Marstock, the entire sky is covered. And after about another half an hour, just a little bit of rain. After about another half an hour, it starts pouring.
Whoa.
And you all hear thunder off in the distance. Every once in a while, you'll see claps of lightning, and the travelers on this road, where when you left Westbury and it was still sunny and bright, you saw quite a few travelers going back and forth. But now, as it's getting more and more stormy, you can see fewer and fewer travelers, and the ones that are traveling are now traveling in heavy cloaks and have put cloaks on and robes to keep themselves away from the wind and the storm.
I pull up my cloak hood, and I also take out that bathrobe and put it over me.
All right.
Does the cart have like a cover?
It's an open cart.
Great, love that. I will also pull up my green cloak hood and wrap myself in my cloak and kind of stay as dry as I can.
Disproportionately allotting my newish gray cloak over my arm and just covering it like it's a newborn baby.
All right.
Guys, I'm so cold.
Yeah, we can. Everybody, just get close.
All right.
And as you all continue to travel, another few hours pass, and
is it raining the whole time?
It is raining pretty much the whole time. But after a couple hours, you all look ahead and see the town of Marstock just off in the distance. You all roll into town. You do not see anyone. It seems that everyone is inside trying to get away from the wind and the cold and the rain. And as you all approach, you come down this long main street. And are you guys, what are you guys doing with the horse and the cart?
Did we buy it here? I believe we bought
from
it here,
the one-armed guy.
I will, I can turn this in if you guys want to wait, or...
I want to go into the house as soon as possible.
Okay, can I just leave the horse and cart here?
You could probably tie it up near Hayfried's.
I'll tie it up near Hayfried's. Yeah, I'll just leave it there for now.
Okay.
As soon as we get to Hayfried's house, I'm going to jump out of the
Oh,
cart
careful,
and
don't
run
slip.
straight into the house.
Okay.
You see, child? Do you see what you put me through?
All right, and
You heard that owl as soon as I opened the front door. I was in the entryway of the house, and that's when you heard it.
so Oma running inside, Flynn, you are outside, you're tying up the horse, and as soon as you finish tying up the horse, you hear in the back of your head,
Flynn!
Ah! I look around.
I'm in your head.
What? Can you hear me?
Come to the back of the temple. Bring everybody.
Okay. Weird. Guys, Seeker just yelled at me in my head.
He yelled at you in your head like when you were possessed? Are you possessed by Seeker?
Oh no.
I think when I...
Do I have horns?
I think when I can't... No, you don't have horns. I think when I contact people through the
is that what it's like?
I hear them in my head, and they don't possess me. It's just the function of the spell.
I'm yelling from inside the house.
He told us to go to the back.
The back of where?
The temple?
No.
The temple, Hayfried's temple, the temple of this town.
He told us to go to the back.
No, I'm not leaving until the rain stops.
Okay. Maybe I'll just go get him?
If he told us to come to the back of the temple, then there's probably something we should see.
But it's so cold out there.
It is pretty cold.
It is, I know. I don't like it either, but...
Can I say something back, or is that time past?
You should be able to feel it.
Can
I feel like I can still say something back?
you don't feel like you can say anything back at the moment.
I want to try something.
Come to us. Okay, he should be coming to us now.
Did he...
He didn't say anything.
Well, you only get the one
Oh.
back and forth, so...
Can you do it?
It is a bit of a waste. It's not that big of a town.
I'll go out the door. Seeker! Come to us! Okay, maybe he heard that.
I'm gonna dry off as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
How long would it take to dry off?
5 minutes.
Is there a fireplace inside the...
Yeah, Haver's got a fireplace. It's not currently lit.
I'm going to throw a firebolt into it.
Okay.
To light it, and I'm going to sit in front of the fire. How quickly will I dry off if I'm in front of a fire?
3 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm not leaving until I'm dry.
That's fine. I yelled it, so he probably can hear us. He's probably coming.
I'm going to go to the back of the bloody temple, and the two of you can join me whenever you're ready to be the agents of repair.
But I can help you not get wet if you just let me dry off for 2 seconds.
What do you mean on that?
Well, I forgot, but I could just not get wet.
What are you talking about?
I can just not get wet.
Can you do that to us?
If we stay really, 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 really close together.
For how long?
For like an hour.
What? We don't have that time.
No, it lasts for an hour.
It's literally just down the road there.
I'm not going out in the water.
But how long does it take to make it so we don't get wet?
I'm going to drown myself from waiting.
I'll go.
Am I dry now?
You're dry now.
I'm dry. Okay.
But you're just going to get wet when you step outside.
No, I'm not going to get wet.
Okay, let's go.
I'm going to, can I have a boost?
Onto the cart? Or
No, onto your back.
no.
But then we can both not get wet.
What about then?
I'm fine. Although if you have room...
Maybe you can like just stand really, really, really close.
Okay.
And we
ready.
can huddle.
Yeah. Like we did on the cart.
Calic.
I'm just going to stay
Can
under
I
my
go on
cloak.
your
Why
back?
don't the two of you just be dry? And I'm just
Can I go on your back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will that work? I'll try to carry Oma on my back.
I mean, I'm only like, how tall is Flynn?
I'm like 3'5".
I'm like 5'2" or 4'2".
Okay, I'll try.
Flynn, make a strength check.
Oh, I love this.
Kellic, as they're figuring this out, Kellic, you sort of calculate in your head. You probably could have walked over the temple and back maybe 5 times by now.
I just observe that distance ruefully.
2.
Nope. You immediately collapse onto your knees.
Ow!
Oh, my knee. Well, now I want to get wet because I want to clean my clothes
Fine.
off.
Then I would just stay dry and you guys can get wet. And I'm going to immediately, as soon as I step out into the water, I'm going to put my hands above my head and say, and and I'm going to move the water in a direction away from me, like a little semicircle around me. That it's just going away.
You're successful in this. Yes.
I'm just going to give Oma a wide berth so I don't get the spray.
I get sprayed. Oh, God. And I step away. Actually, I hold my knee up and try and use it as a way to, like, clean my knee.
Your knee is wet now.
Great.
All
I
right.
guess that's as best it's going to get. All right, let's go around.
Let's go.
Okay. So,
Time is of the
you
essence.
leave Hayfried's house.
Yes.
You walk maybe 50 feet over to the temple.
I am perfectly dry.
Almost perfectly dry.
That's what's important.
And you walk around to the back of the temple, and standing there, underneath a little back awning, right next to the one of the doors to the temple, you see Seeker. Would you please describe exactly how you're looking?
Yeah, I am standing there in a purple cape, and I have a hood that is not currently up. My left ear has a copper wire kind of clamped to it. It looks like a fancy earring of sorts that runs the length of the ear. And other than that, I got my green eyes, chilling, smile, smirk, maybe a little incredulous. Wondering what took so long. You just had to walk around.
And right next to Seeker, you see 2 more figures. Devin, would you please describe your character?
Yes. So you see a person of about tallish height, feminine figure. I have jet black hair that's drawn up into a very tight bun, sort of plain chainmail. It's seen better days, very faded blue cloak and scarf tucked around me. And what is striking about me is that there's sort of this luminescent silvery glow to my skin, which almost seems a little unnatural. And then I have silvery gray blue eyes, and there's a scar. The most noticeable thing I have is a scar running down from the top of the left side of my forehead all the way through my eye to the bottom of my jaw. And in the center, it sort of fractures and glazes over that eye, altering its appearance just slightly. And that's me.
And additionally, a third figure standing there in a black full-length cloak, hood up. You can just see underneath the hood what looks like elven features. These very skinny, gaunt elven features, raised cheekbones, and bright blue eyes that almost seem to be glowing.
Really? What took so long? Flynn, did you not hear me?
I did, but see, it's raining, and I point to the sky. It's raining, and we didn't want to get wet. We were just wet on the cart for a long, long time, and so we went in, and the fire felt really nice.
Yes.
But we're here now.
Yes.
I got mud on my knee.
Yes, you are here.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Who's that?
Oh, this is
Point to the lady with dark hair.
Meet Thessaly.
Hi, everyone. I've heard a lot about you. And I'm going to offer my hand to each individual person to shake.
I will immediately just, hi, I'm Flynn Fellowweave, and I'm part of the Iron...
Flynn?
I look together.
It's up to you, Flynn. Is it a secret or not? I just don't understand.
You're right. I probably should be better at this. And I am an adventurer.
Nice to meet you, Flynn.
Nice to meet you, too.
I give her a high five.
Okay. High five. Okay.
Which hand do you extend?
The right one.
I'm still cradling my right arm in my cloak, and I sort of awkwardly twist my left hand to shake her
Do
hand.
the awkward handshake.
Pleasure to meet you, Thessaly. If you've heard a lot about us, it does give me cause for concern.
I mean, Seeker usually doesn't have too many friends, so I took it as a compliment to all of you. I'm assuming that you're Olma.
Oh my gosh, how did you know?
And that must make you Kellic?
A surprised, wistful smile comes over my face as I hear my name pronounced correctly by a stranger.
Yes.
Hi, that'd be me.
Right, well, it's lovely to meet all of you because a friend of Seeker's is a friend of mine.
You're a friend of Seeker? How do you know Seeker?
Well, maybe we should call each other co-workers.
We have a relationship. Hey, where's Thaddeus?
Oh, right. And I'll go to my bag and I'll pull Thaddeus out.
Okay, and as soon as you pull Thaddeus out, the elven figure lets his hood down and his eyes sort of go wide.
I forgot you were there. You're creepy. Hi, I'm Flynn.
That's not very nice to say.
He was like back in the corner, like scary.
This is 86. He's great.
86.
Yes.
What?
Name's 86. Yeah.
Like AD6 or like the number?
Like the number 86.
That's cool.
That's a weird name. Why is your name 86? Like a number?
That's what they called me.
This is an elf-like figure?
Elf, yeah.
Who calls you that?
Everyone. I mean, that's sort of the name they gave me at birth, and I like it, so it's stuck. I mean, it seems like handshaking is sort of the thing around here. So,
and he like tentatively
once again
reaches his hand out. And as you shake his hand, you see it's like a normal elven hand, but when you grasp it, it's got like a cold metal feel. It feels like you're grasping cold metal.
While I'm shaking his hand, can I discern if it's magic? Something magical's going on?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. All right. That's not bad. 19.
19.
Yeah.
As you're shaking his hand and you feel this cold metal, you also feel wrapping around his middle finger is a ring. And you feel it, and as you pull away, the ring sort of slides just very slightly and rotates as all of a sudden an illusion fades. And before you see a full Warforged. What you had previously only seen as Thaddeus' head, you now see a polished silver faceplate. You see 2 glowing blue eyes, and you see a body that is made up of a tangle of metal and wood. And underneath, where these wooden gaps are, you can sort of see in the neck area. You can see the gaps in the wood and the metal, almost like these vines creating a musculature underneath.
Huh.
Oh.
As I pull my hand away. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it's why I usually don't shake hands. Sorry. And he twists the ring again as an elven form apparates around him once more.
Are you more comfortable looking like that? Because you can look however you feel comfortable looking around us.
And he sort of looks around, does sort of like a 360 check. And
Well, from what I have heard from Seeker, I think you all are fine, but some other people in these parts aren't so hot on someone who looks like me being around.
Well, maybe we could go in the goopy void, and you'd be safe to do it there.
Indeed. Why was it you called us back here, Seeker?
Yeah, why aren't we in the goopy void?
I'm sorry, what's the goopy void?
Is that
Because I don't really want to go somewhere where there's a lot of goop.
Is that what you call the entrance to the...
Yeah.
It
If
is
you wish to avoid
somewhat
goop,
accurate.
I'd advise not keeping company with us much longer.
The worst part about seeing Havery.
It's just a thing you encounter all the time.
But here's the thing, it doesn't actually stick to you. It's just like a brief moment of goop.
It's like a
and then
membrane.
Honestly, you kind of have to experience
It's
at
more
least
of a
once.
thing you have to do.
Yeah.
I
But
guess-
as far as why I brought you here, remember, 86 here collects Warforged, and I think he can help Thaddeus.
I don't know if collect is really. I
Rescues, maybe.
rescue and
Collect kind of sounds like...
transport.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all have noticed, but people who are of my sort of make, they aren't. Well, they're sought after in these parts of the world.
That's what he was saying.
I'm just looking to get everyone to a safe place where we can all come together and sort of be what we're meant to be.
Glenn, you want to ask Thaddeus if
Yeah.
he's interested?
Should we do that here?
I'd like to... Does this 86 fella seem like he's telling the truth?
make an insight check.
I also wanted to know if I could just look at his... Maybe when his vicious was down,
Brutal.
could I have seen that infinity mark on his body anywhere? When it went down for that moment before he turned it back on?
You would not have seen it.
Okay.
No.
So I didn't see that mark.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's
Natural
reassuring.
1 on the inside check.
Oh.
Can I tell that they seem tentative?
I'll have you make an insight check. But Kellic, he, in the span of this conversation, illusions have been cast and uncast. It's hard to get a read on. It's hard to get a pinpoint.
I only know
good.
one
It's
other
true.
Warforged.
Mhm.
He's got that illusion up.
You said perception?
An insight.
That's going to be a 17.
17. You can see a little bit of apprehension from Kellic.
I've traveled with 86 for a while. I trust him.
You feel
I
bad for him.
believe his story. I would not have brought him here if I did not.
Got a little bit of a rapport going.
What is it that you do again, Seeker? Been a minute.
He's a trafficker of magical items, Flynn.
This bit of us. Yes, let's go with that.
Okay.
That's the nice way of putting it.
Is that not accurate?
What's the not
Oh,
nice
it's
way of
accurate.
putting
It's
it?
not accurate.
And you all work together?
Well,
Wait, I want to know what the not nice version of that
it
is.
would be smuggling.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
How
we
old
should
are you?
go to a place that is less outside and more inside.
Right.
Wait, how old is this one?
I'm old enough to go on an adventure.
I think she told me she was 45.
Yup.
I just look away. I just avoid
I
eye
avoid eye contact as well. Realizing that once
I am
again,
looking
yes.
I'm trying to make contact with each one of them, trying to be like, how
We're just all-
old is this actual child?
Not acknowledging
in
it.
this crew?
We'll talk about it inside, right? Wait, why are we outside again?
I think
I wanted to make introductions.
Okay.
Also, I mean, Hayfried has said like not to bring people in, but that's like all we end
Oh.
up doing is bringing more and more
That's
people in.
true.
So maybe we should ask him politely if we can bring somebody in before we do.
That means we have to go through the goopy void.
Well, does your shield work both ways? Can you talk to Timmy from your shield?
I'll look at my shield. Do I see Timmy in it?
It's a shield.
I'll knock on it. Timmy! Timmy! Go see Timmy.
It's a shield.
I don't think it works that way, Oma.
Aw, it'd be cool if we could go both ways.
Maybe I'll ask him how they did it, and then I can learn how to do it, and we
Yeah,
can do it in
maybe.
the future.
Why don't one of you go talk to this man, and we wait?
Or, I mean, if it's just a matter of deciding if Thaddeus goes with 86 or not, then just ask him now. It's up
Okay.
to Thaddeus what he feels comfortable
That's
with.
true.
But it's wet.
Yes, I'm
do we have an
but
overhang
just for the time being.
covering us right now? We're
Yeah,
like,
there's a little bit of
we're
an
like, I
overhang.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'll turn him on. I'll turn him on for 10 minutes.
Hi, Flynn.
Hi. So I have some good news.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, and I'll turn him to see the visions of the elven person. 86. Might be a good time to drop the illusion.
And he rotates the ring, and the illusion of the elf drops, and Thaddeus looks over and he says, "Oh, hey, 86." And 86 looks back and says, "How you doing, 135?"
You guys know each other?
Yeah, we spent some time together. Well, I mean, all of us sort of grew up together.
No way. Well, that solves that.
I suppose it does.
Thaddeus, why is he calling you 135?
Well, that was my first name. And then I decided that I wanted a different name because 135 I didn't really feel was me. So I came across Thaddeus, and I like Thaddeus a lot better.
Yeah, Thaddeus is a way better name, but like, why 135 and why 86? I don't understand.
Well, we were created. We don't get born. We were created and created in batches. And you see, when we were created, we weren't created to be as well, let's call it conversational as I'm being right now, and as obviously you know Thaddeus to be. And when we were created, we weren't really given names. It was just primarily numbers.
Oh,
Most everyone else sort of gave themselves names over the years, but I thought, 86, good reminder of where I came from and who I was meant to be versus who I'd like to be.
oh wow.
Fascinating. I can't even imagine what that's like.
It is kind of nuts, I will be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, you can survive just by being a head, as I'm holding.
That's actually news to me. I was unaware of that. Believe it or not, I'm not attempting to decapitate myself to find out these things.
It's not permanent. I have to turn him on with this button here, but...
Yeah, probably one of the drawbacks.
Yeah. But, hey, Thaddeus, I mean, we did it. We found someone that can help.
And he sort of looks around at all of you. Can I go?
You want to go with 86?
It sounds like, he said he's taking us somewhere better. I'd love to.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, we don't own you.
We want what's best for you, Thaddeus. I know we're not the most efficient people, and I observe Alma still removing water from above her. But this is what we wanted for you as well.
But like, I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you.
I'm sure this isn't the last I'm gonna see of you all.
Yeah, when you get your body, will you contact us and come back to us?
I will.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Speaking of which, is there something that we would be able to do about this whole situation? Yeah, we can see about that. We got some people over in Westreach that might be able to fashion you something. It might not be exactly perfect at first, but I think we can work something out.
Well, maybe we have a way to get you to there faster. Who knows? Maybe Hayfried can help you get there faster, so you don't have to travel all that far.
If there's any sort of advantage that y'all can give me, I would gladly take it.
Yeah.
As with things like this, for usually when I come across another Warforged, I sort of let them know where to go, and I send them on their way, make sure that they can cross the borders relatively easily, and then I just let them go. But it seems like this is going to be a bit of a different situation where I'm going to have to go myself.
Well, let's go talk to Hayfried and see if he can help.
I think that's sensible.
Yeah.
But still, we should ask Hayfried if we can bring people inside.
We are in agreement, Alma.
You go back out and get him. I only want to go through the Gooby Void once.
Okay. and I'm gonna run ahead of everyone, still spraying water.
I will lead everyone to just outside of the. Well, we'll go into the cabin because it's raining, I suppose.
Alma, remember, take your time, don't slip.
Yeah. I hold my breath as I go through the void. This time I close my nose because I know it feels so weird. So this time before I go through the void, I take a very deep breath and I hold my nose. And I hop through the void.
Okay, and as you pass through, a little bit more comfortable. You don't feel like the air is like rushing to escape your lungs as you pass through into the void. And you look out and you see floating platforms arranged slightly differently than what you saw last time. You look out and you can see around the main platform a majority of what you had seen before. The only difference is now, looking out, you can see probably 100, maybe 150 feet outside of that inner ring. You can see cages. You can see 8 cages.
Oh, geez.
That are floating around, far more outside and distant than the inner ring here.
He's built a prison.
Yeah, this is
in one of them.
Sketchy.
By far the largest cage, you can see the red dragon. In a slightly smaller but still pretty big cage, you can see the sheep demon. And occupying 2 of the smaller cages, you immediately pick out Amara and the body of Zergath and Pyros.
Are they awake?
They seem to be awake. Yeah.
Before I yell out for Hayfried and Timmy, "Hey Amara, we gotta stop meeting like this!" Wink. And then Hayfried, Timmy, we're home.
Hey, is it just you?
Oh no. I'm here, and Flynn's here, and Ketlik's here. But also there are some other people, but I wanted to ask you before we brought them in because this is your home and I don't want to infringe on your space.
Oh, how polite. I think that there is someone else in this void that could learn from that politeness of not bringing strangers into a place that has very valuable and dangerous magical items.
Well, Hayfried, to be fair, we did bring him in before asking you. So, I'm very sorry. But I'm just learning. I'm learning and growing, and maybe Timmy can also learn and grow.
Okay. Yes, they can come in.
You're my second favorite big, strong, magical person. Just so you know. Very, very love you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Very, very love you.
Love that.
Yeah, bring him in.
Thank you. Hi, Timmy.
And Timmy sort of like looks up at you very hesitantly and like gives you a quick little wave.
And I, one more time, hold my nose, take a deep breath, and hop through the void.
Okay. And you make your way back out to the rest of the group.
Huh?
Yeah. He says we can all come inside, and he says thank you very much for asking. So we gotta make sure we try to do that in the future.
Okay.
And he's not really happy with Timmy for bringing in Seeker earlier.
He's okay now with it? He's fine with it?
Yeah, because I asked.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. We're fine.
Okay, and it's easier to go through the void, just so you know, if you hold your breath. It felt way, 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 way better.
Yeah.
So take a big, deep breath before you go in. And I turn to Seeker and Thessaly and 86, and I say, so you don't really need oxygen on the other side. Like, there is no oxygen on the other side, but you don't need it, so it's not going to affect you, but it does feel weird when you go through. So I recommend taking a big, deep breath on this side and holding your nose and then hopping through, but like with both feet and a hop.
I'm just staring at Olma, like eyes wide, mouth in a grim line, and I'm going to turn to Seeker. You've done this before?
Not like that, but yes.
Would you recommend doing that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, Olma.
She is
I'll try your way.
She is wise beyond her years.
I just shrug at them. I just have languidly observed this masterclass and shrug.
All right. I'm trusting all of you.
Okay.
And one by one, boom, 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 the weird goopy membrane absorbs itself around your body and sort of pulls at your skin for a brief moment before you're thrust into Hayfried's void. Thusly, for the first time, you're looking around. You are seeing empty space for what could be forever, quite honestly. Just off in the distance, you see these tiny, tiny little brief points of light that almost remind you of stars, but seem even further away than the stars in the sky. You look forward and you see a long bridge in front of you that leads to a main platform. And you see dozens of other platforms rotating around it, all containing a myriad of different things and elements and wardrobes and weapons and plants. And beyond that, cages.
If I may, I will walk over to Thessaly and point to the sheep demon and say, what would you call that?
What? A monstrosity? An aberration? Something not natural, terrifying? Why? Why are you asking?
I think they called it the sheep demon. I just wanted to know what you would call it.
That seems like an apt name for that.
I'd call it too much trouble.
Yeah.
Welcome to the void.
Hello. We did not meet.
We have not met. No, my name's Hayfried.
I go by Seeker.
Seeker, very nice to meet you.
Hayfried, I'm Thessaly, and I will reach my hand out.
Thessaly, very nice to meet you.
This is your goopy void?
It's the first time I'm hearing it be called goopy, but yep, this is the void.
Does it have to be that unpleasant for people to come through it?
Well, if you don't like it, maybe you could just stay outside. And he turns around and walks back over to Timmy, and you can just, all of you can just hear as Timmy is like just starting to stand up to greet you. You see on a table in that central platform, Seeker, what you had seen before, which is a giant circular mirror. And it's still sitting there on the table, and Hayfried walks back over to Timmy, and he says, so I'm not telling you to use it again, but next time, if you're going to use it, that's how you do it. And he sort of raises his hands up and pulls one of the platforms out as it comes and attaches itself to the main platform, as Timmy then scoots the table back onto that secondary platform.
I'm going to turn to Thessaly and Seeker and say, hey, okay, so I know you guys like magical items. These ones are off limits.
I wasn't gonna...
Off limits.
Somebody
Seeker,
should tell
did you
Flynn.
take something last time you were here?
I don't... What?
They're friends. You said they were friends.
I will not take...
He stares at you.
I'm not here to take your things. In fact, 86, say hello.
Hey, my name's 86. It is a weird experience. But I appreciate you taking us into your home.
86 is going to take Thaddeus to Westreach and help him find a body.
Yeah, also 86, you're safe if you want to put the illusion down.
And he twists his ring once again, and the visage of the elf comes down. And as soon as it does, Hayfried locks eyes with 86 in what you can tell is just pure fascination at this thing.
Cool.
Welcome, 86. What can I help you all with? I see that we got two of our little, let's call them little temporary homes occupied.
Yeah, and you made more.
I made some more, and I'm in the process of making even more.
Can we have the coins that match them?
Yeah, they're right over there.
Okay, and I'm gonna run over and grab them. There's 5 coins.
There are 5 coins on the table. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up 5 coins and I'm gonna put them in my pocket.
Okay.
Hey, Oma, would it be possible to split those up?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can I just have one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hayfried, and I extend a hand. You're a sight for sore eyes.
He shakes your hand. It's been a couple days. What have you guys been up to?
Quite a bit. You'd be surprised what we get up to in a few days.
Yeah, I mean, we filled 2 cells. Also, we died.
Yeah,
Alma,
think we
let's
died.
not put too much of a point on that. It's been eventful.
I'm glad to see you all got better.
Yes, we recovered from
Death.
From death.
From death.
From death.
We
Shit,
think.
that's not something people usually do.
I'm not sure it was death. I mean, I just remember it getting dark and then getting, drinking goopy fluid. Kellic said, you said you saw something?
I know it was death.
Yeah, he says it's death, but I don't know.
For me, at least. I so much was for you as well, but
Yeah.
can't be sure. Regardless, those coins, they worked perfectly.
They seem to have, yeah.
And any trouble so far from your new tenants?
They've been mostly quiet.
I imagine they're
no floating off of the ground, if that's what you're asking.
right.
That's good.
That's the ideal.
Not to break up this reunion, wasn't the plan to get maybe travel for 86 and Thaddeus?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, Fried. I don't suppose you're aware of whether or not your portal to Westreach is functional.
Not with any certainty. I know I've got one there, but
Is Xavier around? I can't remember where he's went to.
Well, he was just checking on the one that Shreya was going to use, so I
Yeah.
don't know if he can go to the other one in like a day. I think it takes some time.
Okay. Might be worth seeing if he can.
Aye, we could reach out to him.
Yeah.
Did he say anything to you, hey, Fried, about starting the other portal?
and I saw him come through. I saw him come through. It was after he successfully got the other portal going. He said that the one up in Saddlemount, I think it was, that he got working. So he teleported himself to Saddlemount, and then he came through here. He was just here for like a couple minutes, and he teleported here, and then teleported from here back to Addersfeld.
That's so cool. Oh, did you see Shreya?
Yeah, he came
Is
through
he
the other
okay?
day. He seemed fine. He seemed to
Good.
be in a rush.
Oh, yeah. Good. Just glad he's all right.
Is Tito here? Tito? Tito?
You do not see Tito.
Interesting.
Did Tito go with Shreya?
No, I think he left before Shry even got back.
Oh.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I'm not in here all the time.
Yeah, of course. No, you're not. It's not your job to babysit them, so.
No control in that sort. We've tried to try it. It's not possible.
Yeah. Well,
He was also knocking over a bunch of stuff, so I don't know. Kind of glad he left.
hopefully he's okay.
I
And
nod
Timmy from
glumly.
the other platform. Yeah, me too. As he's like cleaning up some stuff on the platform.
Well, so, Kelly, can you talk to?
Hey. Junkies. And I'm gonna grab the tether that would connect me to Xavier, twist it around my palm, pull it to my heart. Hey, Xavier. Do you think you could go to Hayfried's portal in Westreach and check on it for us?
Yeah, sure.
And I turn to Hayfried. Does he know whereabouts it is?
I don't think he knows. I can point it out on a map for you, but
That's hard to convey in a few sentences.
We had the map, and I believe he looked at it with us.
yes, but pointing at a map of the world and
Yeah.
saying it's right about
Mhm.
here is tough to pinpoint in a huge capital city.
Can you describe to me the location of it, that I might relay it to Xavier?
He sort of laughs to himself. Well, I don't know if you've ever been to Westreach, but it's a bunch of floating rocks.
Do we hear this?
Yeah, it's an open conversation.
Floating rocks?
Why don't we just tell Xavier to come here and then he can figure it out in person?
Junkies. And I, with much irritation, grab- Xavier, could you come to the Goopy Void to discuss the location of Hayfried's portal?
We're about half a day's travel outside of Addersfeld, and I don't want to leave her here by herself. It'll take us about a day. But sure.
I look at 86. How much of a hurry are you in?
Well, I'd be more of a hurry to get back. I don't know what kind of roll of the dice we're talking about here.
Well, how long does it take to get from here to there?
By walking?
Yeah.
Street? It's far.
Let's see. Just thinking off the top of my head, we would have to travel through forests, around mountains. We would have to cross the border.
You can take the horse and carriage.
I don't think that'll really help when you're crossing the border of a war front.
Also true.
Xavier said he could be here in a day and a half.
So how long would it take you to go from here to Westreach? If it's going to take less time than that, then...
Oh, no, I'm talking weeks.
Yeah, it's probably better even to just stay here.
Spend
it's
the
also
night.
safer. Sorry. Hey, Freed. Would it be okay if our friends...
There's a local inn.
And he's already pulling down a platform that's got like a couple of beds and cots on it.
You're amazing, by the way.
Shit, I know.
Okay, well, yeah, 86, if you want to stay here, Thaddeus... I don't know if he's still on. Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, no, I'm still here.
If you want to stay here until Xavier gets back, it'd be a lot safer. You won't have to travel.
I mean, an extra day and a half doesn't really matter to me as long as I'm getting there.
You're going to get a body.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for that.
I will. All right, well, I guess that's kind of settled. What else? Anything else we need to do?
Well,
I guess...
Just a small matter of...
Yeah, I'm
And
kind
I
of
just
avoiding that.
look at the prisoners as they're floating around.
Well, also, Seeker, did you need something from us?
Well, I just wanted to help Thaddeus, and now I want to hear about you dying.
Oh, yeah.
Not that much to discuss.
You told me quite a bit. You said there was something of a red wolf, and... Hold on. I think it was more. Yes, a red wolf dying, some sort of a ritual, and whatever else you said. It was very concerning, and I would love to hear the story.
Well, she killed us.
Who killed you?
And I point to Amara.
The one you told me to talk to? But you did not tell me this.
Well, we told you to be careful.
It's not like she can do anything from in there.
It's a secure location.
How you feeling in there, Amara?
She's sitting down and facing the opposite way. She's like facing out towards open space.
Your big bad plan didn't work, did it? Aw, so sad.
Can I approach Hayfried?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have a chair or something I can sit in? This is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah, take your pick. And he points, and there's a couple of tables set up on this main platform. They each have a couple chairs.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab the nearest one and sit down and like put my head in my hands and stare daggers at Seeker and be like, why? I don't feel as though I was well prepared for this.
Nor I. I did not. Look, they are definitely noisy and they make lots of messes, but this is very new. They did not die the last time that I had seen them.
Let's all have a seat, shall we?
Yeah.
We owe you an explanation.
Do you want to listen to Hayfried?
If you all dying and coming back, hit me in the head if I ever say no to that.
Okay.
Is Zorko with us?
Yeah, he's with you guys. He's with you guys.
Just gotta make sure.
We just have an entire
Because
army.
he wants to go to Addersfeld, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Zorko. The Addersfeld portal is open. You're welcome to go if you want to go, but you can stay, I guess. What?
And that will take me directly to Addersfeld. Yes?
Yeah, it takes you to this little building in like the like part of town that's kind of nobody occupies.
I know of the part of which you speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna take you there, and then it's right there.
Well, that seems easy enough. I
Well,
don't see any reason to delay, so...
well, I might want to actually go there too. I have some, and I could dig in, grab the contract, and I have some stuff I could turn in, and maybe I'll get my...
If you would like to come with me, then you're more than welcome.
And then you can come back with Xavier when he comes back tomorrow.
Yeah, I just don't want to miss you guys asking questions.
Well, it seems like we got some stuff to talk about before then.
I mean,
Okay.
Or we could ask questions that you want to ask.
I mean, I can't think of any right now.
it's up to you, Flynn. I do think it is a pressing matter. We've got a lot on our plate
It
here.
is.
Yeah, and I don't want to go back to Addersfeld right away. So I think if you need to take care of it with the thing, you should do that.
Turning these things in will not take a day and a half. It will, at the most, maybe take a few hours, hour or two.
And then you can come right back.
It will not be long. You will be able to come right back.
That's all it takes to become a sentinel?
I mean, would you like a parade?
I mean,
we can set one up for you.
Don't even joke about such a thing, Zorkal.
Well, let's just go and we'll figure it out. I guess wait, and if I'm gone too long, just ask him some questions. Start the interrogations.
Hi.
It's pretty late at night, or it's pretty late in the day because we spent all day traveling, right?
It's not night yet, but yeah, it's late afternoon.
Okay. Well, I'll be back.
It appears they're not going anywhere, so.
All right.
So as Flynn's walking off, I will say to you, that is the one that gave me the sword.
Oh, that sword. Okay.
Do I hear that?
You're walking towards the teleportation circle.
Okay, cool.
Now I'm going to say no.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good to know.
Flynn, Hayfried pulls down the teleportation circle platform.
Yeah.
You and Zorkal board, and with a flash of light.
Oh, wait. How do I get back? Do I need to do something, or does it do it on its own?
It should just be the same as all the other times you did it.
Because I remember, yeah. Sure, send us through.
And with a blinding light, you open your eyes and look around and are greeted once again by a small room, stone all around you. You can see some pipes coming down from the ceiling. And you and Zorkal are back in Addersfeld.
Awesome. I will head towards the castle.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to take a seat with Seeker and Thessaly.
Same.
Well, where to begin? We freed Alma's mentor, Xavier, from the prisons in Oakenspire.
Mm-hmm.
And
we freed Timmy.
And this young tiefling woman, Zeta Malakas. We had heard she was a powerful spellcaster that might help with a problem we no longer had at the time, and we thought her unjustly held captive, so we brought her along with us. But she turned out to be connected to all this, and I just gestured to the creatures in the cages. She had been approached by a horrible entity called the Outcast. And through her, it tried to appear here in this space. So we left her with Xavier for the time being so that he can look after her while we search for a solution. She directed us to the Dakir ruins, a place just southeast of here, across the mountains, where she encountered the Outcast herself.
And the Outcast is a big baddie?
He seems to be the source of
a lot of chaos.
Would the mention of Outcast, would I have heard of the Outcast ever, or anything like it?
Make a religion check for me.
May I do that as well?
Yes, yeah, sure.
A 9.
You've heard of the word outcast.
Yup.
You know its general definition.
Oh yeah, it's ringing a bell.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Yeah.
Seeker, in your travels, you have come across no more than maybe 3 people in your entire life, in your travels, in everything, who have had a pact with a ancient patron who has granted and bestowed abilities upon them. And they have claimed this to be an outcast. You weren't sure until now if outcast was a name or a descriptor. Now in this context, it's sort of clicking that it sounds more like a name.
Do I have any, like those 3 people, do I have a sense as to whether they were trying to do good things or bad things in the world, or was this like in passing?
Very much in passing.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Nothing too deep.
when you say baddie and this outcast that you speak of, I've heard mention, but I don't know much. It doesn't sound good from what you say. Is this entity responsible for this unfortunate death you all have had?
Kind of tangentially.
Indirectly.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. There's like a whole group of people who like follow this guy. I guess they're like acolytes.
Seeker, I
Would you say a
suspect
cult?
I would, yeah.
they call themselves an order. I kind of roll my eyes. But,
Seems kind of culty to me.
Cult, order, religion.
They all wear red robes. So, I mean...
I expect in your dealings, Seeker, I don't know the nature of the circles you run in, but this cult is so pervasive that I'm sure you've encountered people in your line of work that are in some ways involved.
Have I run across the Red Wolf?
Not ringing any bells for you, no.
Would I have heard of it?
Not ringing any bells for you either.
All right.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, they've kind of become everywhere. Like, there could be people part of every order who are actually part of the Red Wolf cult-y thingy.
The primary... And I sort of like look down at my hands on the table. The primary source of our destruction was a woman I once idolized, Frida Artemisia. She was an icon of Temple of Ymir. But now the mask is off, so to speak. And she is vehemently trying to change the world for this Red Wolf, who seems to be descendant or an avatar of this outcast.
Are Amara and Zergath watching us while we talk about this?
They don't seem to be. You also get the sense that their platforms are rotating so far out that they probably can't even hear you.
Unless we're yelling at them.
Unless you're yelling, yeah.
They heard my threats, though, right?
They heard my taunt.
Yes,
right?
they got that.
Just making sure.
And then, well, yeah, I suppose that's the extent of it. We went to this place to try and learn more about the outcast, and we came upon a crazy ritual where they were trying to sacrifice people to summon out a creature from another plane. I believe the plane of fire, if my eyes are to be believed.
Totally.
And they were nearly successful, but we were able to foil them in the end.
Yeah, because they made this mistake of bringing us back to life.
They killed you and then they brought you back to life.
So
They brought
weird,
us
huh?
back to sacrifice us to this
Does that
creature.
work?
Well, when
How
they
does
brought
that-
us back, we were like tied up, so we couldn't fight them anymore. But I can always fight. You can't tie me up.
As I'm looking out, like with this story, and I'm turning to sort of like nod to these individuals as I'm explaining this. Can I make eye contact with the sheep demon?
Yes, in contrast to Amara and Zergath, the sheep demon does seem to be looking at all of you.
It's a little bit closer of a platform, or
It's still pretty far out, but you can see that it is looking at you.
we made a lot of mistakes on the way here, but somehow we've survived. And I sort of listlessly get up and walk toward the sheep demon.
But it was crazy. There was like a big ball of light, and then just blackness, and then who knows how long I was opening my eyes, and I was tied to a pillar, and my hands were behind my back, but I created a firebolt, and I got my arms free, and then I pretty much like rescued everybody.
Oh, yes. Do you remember when I told you that she is not big, but very, very dangerous.
Yes, I do, and I'm really starting to see a lot of what you were originally describing to me. Yes.
At this point, I'm not pacing, but I'm walking back and forth, and you can kind of see, like, I reach for my chin to grab a goatee that's not there, and I'm kind of just stroking and looking and thinking and hearing all this, and Kelek, I'm sorry to hear that this woman, this Artemisia that you once honored, was the one that did this.
I'm sort of like just still staring at the sheep demon. I'm sorry too. There's a lot I'd like to change about what's happened so far.
There are a few things worse than being led astray by those you trust. I'm sorry to hear it. Olma, you asked a good question. Why am I here? What do I want from you? Well, you lot have somewhat inspired me.
Yeah?
Well, you seem to be, if not misguided, on a path. On a path to do good, whatever that means.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying. This whole chaos cult is like really, really trying to just like rip apart the world. So we're really trying.
Well, I would like to assist or try to, if possible.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I break my focus on the sheep demon. How do you mean? More magical items?
Possibly, but I mean myself. I've spent a lot of time in my life. Destiny knows this a little bit, but I've spent a lot of time not choosing. Maybe helping where I can, but I would like to take a more active role. And this sounds pretty big from what you're saying.
So what you're saying is you want to be an agent of repair?
I don't know what that means.
We'll let you know when we figure it out.
Definitely, what is an agent of repair?
It's the way she said it makes me think it's like a group title. Is that right?
I mean, it's what we call ourselves, yeah.
It's like
we're trying to repair the world.
You're going to repair the whole world.
The whole world. One person at a time.
I actually remember. Didn't you say there was another prison break since last I saw you?
Uh-huh.
Did you? So you're repairing things now? I'm so confused.
We are repairing. And my eyes once again turn back to this monstrosity that we created. You said you wanted to choose? You said you wanted to choose. And I'm just like looking at this creature. A choice. Hey, Freed.
Yeah.
If I had a way to separate this creature from its tormentor, could you get it into another cell? Could you if in the moment that it happened, could you make sure that the sheep would be safe?
No guarantees, but I could give it a try.
Right. Can you bring it closer?
All right, everyone stand back.
Alec, what are you gonna do?
As he raises his hands up and motions as all of the platforms that are not this central platform, like push away and separate from the central platform and like rotate around and sort of collect off in one corner as he pulls the sheep demon closer and like pushes all of the platforms away as he's pulling in the sheep demon.
I duck under the table.
And as the sheep demon gets close, a stone bridge apparates between the two platforms.
And I'll approach this beast, like almost in a trance-like state, where that I'm like muttering to myself. A choice. In a world that tries to break itself, we must choose always to try to repair it. That's the choice. And I'll kneel in front of the cage. Can I get close enough that I could reach through the bars?
Yeah, the bars are right there.
Yeah, but is its form close enough that, like, if I were to reach through the bars, I could touch it?
Not at the moment. Are you reaching your hand up to try and touch it?
I'm gonna nod at Hayfried to lower the. I know there's like a force field element to this between the bars. I'm gonna sort of like indicate with my eyes that that's what I'd like to be done.
Okay. As Hayfried raises his hands, he puts one up, palm facing the sheep demon, and he raises another one on the opposite side, and palms facing each other, he brings his hands close to each other, and finally his fingers touch. As you see in front of you, the cage surrounding the sheep demon close, and the bars slowly drift in, trapping the sheep demon even into a more and more confined space until the bars are completely pressed up against its shoulders, and it is in a space probably 1/5 the size that it previously was. As all of it is pressed up against these bars, you could easily reach through and touch it.
You didn't have a choice. And we forced you into something because we didn't have one either. But once you have power, you get to make choices. And I hold my palm, I supinate my palm in front of me, and I allow the scar to open up. And I reach my hand impossibly into the center of my palm, and the tips of my fingers start to disappear into it. And I pause for a second, as it looks like I'm pulling on something. And I pull from my hand a orange, glistening, fragmenting silver dagger. It has the silver slender center, and these embers are pouring off of it. And from the center of the silver dagger, these blue flecks are blossoming into these explosions, these tiny, tiny conflagrations of fire. And I take this, and in a singular motion, I twirl it in my hand, and I plunge it into my heart. Die is up to you. And then I pull from my heart this condensed, vibrating, swirling mass of silver, blue, and orange. These it's almost like this thing that's trying to escape this shell of these three layers. And I plunge that through the bars into the form of this creature, and I cast Greater Restoration.
Okay, and as soon as that happens, the creature throws its head back, and this blood-curdling scream emanates from it. As you can see, all of its muscles twitch and writhe, and you can see almost like 1,000 worms underneath their skin begin moving around, and you can see the skin begin to warp as this creature spasms in every way possible. And you can see in front of you, as it hits the cage on the side, hits the cage on the other side, the runes that you can just barely see in a haze begin to blink out of existence. Ooh. As Hayfried runs up and begins casting spells between his fingers to try and replace them, but they're fading faster than he can replace them. And you can see the bars begin to bow out. These thick metal bars begin to extend out and warp the entire cage. You can see the parts of the little tufts of fur from the sheep begin to move around the body, almost like like insects beginning to crawl around the skin itself until they all meet in the middle, and that fur sort of joins in together and grows like a tumor on this thing. As you can see, the areas where this fur has vacated is now raw flesh. You can see the muscle and the connective tissue and even the bones underneath of this creature as this tumor that has sheep fur all on the outside of it begins to grow. And you can see in that moment a sheep's head begin to form on this tumorous thing. Legs begin to sprout out.
I like it, but I don't like it.
As all of a sudden the fur closes and pinches itself off from the rest of this hulking mass. And you can see Hayfried hastily trying to put these spells back up and these this ritual magic that he's casting. And as soon as the sheep actually breaks itself off from the rest of the body, before it even falls and has time to hit the ground, Hayfried stops what he's doing for a brief moment. And almost like he has a ball in his hand, he grabs energy from the air and does like an underhand toss as this ball of energy hits the sheep, and the sheep poof, into dust. Apparates out of existence. You can see now in the cage that is still warped and this thing is bashing on either side. You can see this myriad of flesh and these arms that are growing out, as it seems that its form, now that it has lost its sheep host, the form is still trying to settle within itself, but it finally begins to slow, as you can see two massive front arms plow down into the ground and crack the stone around it. You can see from its ribcage two more arms that begin to come out and also hit the ground, cracking the stone. And in front of you, you see this gargantuan four-armed beast with the same horns that it had previously had, now going up and around its head and doing circles. You can see this massive, almost alligator-like tail coming out from the back as this thing begins to pound the cage around it. I'm going to roll for Hayfried.
What have we done? What have you done?
These are going to be a couple of very crucial rolls here for Hayfried.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm not there. Cool.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Well, it won't be a full TBK because I won't be there.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
We got a couple free episodes out of it before we died again.
So I'm going to see if Hayfried can keep his concentration on what he's doing.
Come on, Hayfried.
Okay. That's a 19.
Yay!
Nice.
Next one, there's 3 checks, just so everyone's aware.
Oh, yeah.
That is a... Okay, that's a 17.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
And a 23. As you see Hayfried's beads of sweat begin to drip down his face and on his forehead, as you can see, all of a sudden, his fingers start moving impossibly fast. You can't even keep track of where his hands are, and he starts speaking impossibly fast, faster than any normal creature could possibly do, as you can see runes emanating from his hands and flying up onto the cage, replacing all of the lost ones, as the metal and the bowing begins to come back in and settle in its place. As he drops down to one knee, the cage begins to expand back out, not contracting or constricting this beast any longer. As the beast stands there, taking deep breaths, as Hayfried motions his hand very slowly, and this platform glides back out and continues its rotation. The rest of you on the main platform, just behind you, you look around just for a moment, and on the platform that's behind you, you can see that there's trees, and it almost looks like an outdoor area. You can see shrubbery, you can see trees, and just from there, you can barely hear meh. Meh.
Let's go.
Is there still a cage in front of me, or am I just on an empty platform now?
You have backed up onto the bridge itself, and you are like right on the precipice of where the platform drifted away. Like if you look directly down, your toes are pretty much hanging over the side of this bridge.
Is Hayfried next to me?
Yes, Hayfried is right there next to you.
I'm going to limply grasp at his shoulder as I faint and fall toward the void.
Okay, roll it. I'm gonna have you roll a d4 for me.
D4?
See which direction you fall.
Okay.
If you roll, if you roll a 1, you fall forward.
Okay.
Anything else, you're falling onto the bridge.
Okay. Well, 4.
You fall directly backwards and land laid out onto the floor as you level up.
Wow. Nice.
And there's still like an opening in my heart where I had plunged the dagger that's like flickering as it starts to close. This like tear I've formed in my breast.
So cool.
While all that was going on, I just want to say that, like, the whole thing, the danger became kind of apparent, I would have noticed that Olma was under the table, stood up, moved in front of her, and kept my hand on my sword the entire time.
Okay.
And
just as a point.
I would have formed up next to Thessaly and had a spell of sorts ready to go in my right palm. And as I see Kalik faint, I will shake my right hand to kind of put it out and look over at Thessaly and say, "Oh, that is not what I had in mind when I said choose."
I think we should go help the one that fainted. I'm gonna walk over.
While they were standing in front of me, I've just been watching this whole thing like between their legs and robes, just like jaw wide open and just so transfixed by this sheep protruding itself from this hulking creature. And when I hear the bah, I just like immediately flip around and like look at the sheep.
Yes, you look up and you can see at this point, as Hayfried has broken his concentration on those platforms, you can see almost like they're magnetized, just sort of form back and continue their normal rotation around the central platform.
Whoa.
Okay, that was quite a lot. I'm gonna walk over. Kalik, is he unconscious? Like lying on the ground?
I'm vaguely awake, but like my eyes are rolled up into the back of my head, and I'm like trembling.
Hayfried also in a very similar way has like dropped down to his knees, is like trying to regain his breath.
How close are they together?
Right next to each other.
I'll walk over with you and we can...
Okay.
Do you want to retrieve them? I think we should.
Oh, you want to bring them back from the... Okay, I think I can have them retrieve themselves. Just give me 1 second. And I'm going to place... I'm going to bend down on my knees and place a hand on Kalik's forearm and place a hand on Hayfried's shoulder. And I am going to give 10 points of my lay on hands pool to Kalik and 10 points of my lay on hands pool to Hayfried.
Let's go.
Heyo!
Y'all got a paladin.
Heyo!
Okay. All right. Kalik, you feel a swell of energy in your body. You still feel exhausted, but you feel like you could stand on your own 2 feet at this point.
Hi.
Hi. Do you need help walking back, or?
Oh, no, I feel pretty good.
That was very dramatic. It was a lot.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'm just glad you're okay.
That's kind of you. I kind of blush. And I kind of like stiffen again, and I sort of stand and you're coming here at kind of dire time. I suppose it's safe to say.
That's an understatement. I'm having an existential crisis witnessing all of this. But let's get back to that main platform. Seeker, do you want to help Hayfried, or?
Are you okay?
I got it. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need help. I'm good.
Are you sure?
As he stumbles back to the main platform.
I'm gonna just like stop him and just Avery, can I give you a hug?
Yeah, make it quick.
I'm like the fastest between two.
In and out.
Pat, pat, pat.
Yep.
And then we...
And as soon as he does, like he turns around and he goes, yeah, okay. All right, and he reaches his hand up. He reaches both of his hands up, actually, and he pulls down 2 platforms. You see the one platform that he pulls down, much larger than even this central platform, but you see it's the one with all the trees and the wildlife on it. And this one, all of the other platforms in here are like squares and rectangular. This one has one flat side, but then sort of comes around into a semicircle on the other side. And just has a myriad of trees, and you can see the ground is not stone. It's made up of dirt. If you were standing on it, you'd think you were outside. But the second one that he pulls down is a platform that Olma had been on previously, where you had created the healing potions. Mm-hmm. And he walks over and it looks like almost drunkenly, sort of like stumbles over there, rifles through a bunch of the bottles. You can hear like glass clanking together, and he grabs out 2 bottles, and he swigs one back, and he tosses the other one over to Kellic.
I'll take it. I will not question it for a moment. I will just drink it.
Okay. As soon as you drink it, you feel yourself come back to full energy. And you also regain that spell slot that you just expended.
Nice. Do I get all of them? Because I did cast Sending a couple times as well.
Just the one that you
just the one.
Just
okay.
the one.
Interesting.
Yes, just the spell slot you have cast in the last 30 minutes.
Okay, gotcha. Hope Flynn's doing well.
And that's a good place to end that episode. We're going to call it right there.
Oh, man.
We are going to call it right there. Thank you all so much for listening, and we can't wait to see y'all again next week. Bye, nerds.
Bye,
nerds. Hey, nerds. It's Ethan. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, share, and subscribe on all platforms. Hey, Rodney, I got a couple of quick questions for you.
Yeah.
Does Ventureforth have a Discord?
Yes.
Is Ventureforth on Instagram?
Yeah, check.
How about Twitter?
Yep.
I mean, they can't be on YouTube. Are they on YouTube?
Absolutely on the YouTube.
That's crazy. And now I hear that there's this new app that all the kids are using called TikTok.
Oh, let me tell you that there is that app, and also the Ventureforth is on it.
Oh my! Rodney, you're blowing my mind right now. This is incredible. I will go and I will subscribe to each of those different platforms and follow them just to make sure that I'm up to date on all things Ventureforth. Thanks for letting me know that, Rodney.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to let you know.
Thanks for the opportunity to give you the opportunity to let you know.
Oh, man. There's so much opportunity
Bye,
here.
nerds.
Bye, nerds.